Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. I know it's been a long time since I've sat down and filmed a video for you all, and today I don't know what we're really gonna go for. Just sit down with me. I'm gonna do my makeup. We'll see what happens, and I'll tell you all kinds of stories of where I've been and what I've been doing along the way. So let's get started. I've got some new stuff I want to try out here, and starting off with primer. This is a Maybelline Master Blur Stick pore reducing stick guy here. I saw this on Roxette. Arisa, I think is her name. I don't know what her YouTube is, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And it looked so good on her, and she just kind of put it all over here. But I have very oily skin, so we'll see how that works for me. I'm just gonna press the rest of that in. Oh wow, it doesn't really feel like anything at all, actually. I'm gonna put a little more on. Well, to start off with where I've been, how do I even explain this? Last time you guys saw me, I was a junior in college. I've been out of college for almost a year now, but basically my senior year kind of took over. I had an internship, and I was focusing on finishing up school in Western New York. So did that, got my diploma, yeah, cool, whatever. 4 days later, I moved out to the Midwest and got a job performing, singing, and dancing out there. And I was on a contract for 8 months. And that was one of the best times of my life. It was really, really an amazing job, and I really appreciate all my folks out there. Hey, I love you guys so much, and I miss you so much. I wish I could see you guys, you know, all the time. I wish it was easier for me to get out there. But I had a great time out there, and I learned a lot. I also actually did film a few videos while I was out there, but I had serious trouble with my my camera and all my equipment and everything, and while I was trying to upload, and it just wouldn't upload. I don't know why. So I gave up. I got really frustrated, and I just kind of went off, did my own thing there. So here I am trying again. Hopefully this one works out for me. So I do have a nice little friend here. I don't know if you guys can really see that on camera, but he's pretty red, so I'm gonna go in with some green concealer first. Cover that up. But let's go ahead and start. We're gonna start with the eyes. Wow, I need to, if you guys have any recommendations for dark circles, please let your girl know, because I am struggling right now, right here. I think I really want to do some cool tones today. I used to be really into that, but I kind of, ever since I got really more into makeup, I noticed that so many people are using warm tones. But we're gonna take back, get into some cool tones today. I'm starting with my Born This Way concealer. If anybody wants to know what shade this is, I'm wearing light beige. This is pretty good for me, and I like that this isn't too drying. This works really well for my eyelids. I literally just do a little bit, and I like open my eyelids to get it up there. Maybe a little bit more. Yeah, not too much. And we're gonna go ahead and use my Morphe sponge to blend it out. I already wet this. I gotta say, I don't love this sponge. For anybody that is interested in it, I'm gonna be honest, I just don't really love it. It's very dense. I like my blenders to be extremely soft, like the Beauty Blender brand and the Real Techniques ones. But I do love this for putting on powder, which we will do later. This is what I use to wipe away my bake when I do my face. So it does have a little leftover powder already on it. I'm just gonna take that and push the product into the eye. I'm not swiping, just pushing it in. Okay, diving right in. This is a brush that came with my Anastasia Soft Glow palette. This is my Tartelette in Bloom palette. This is an oldie but a goodie. I'm going in with Smarty Pants, the shade right here. And you know what? I'm actually gonna mix just a little bit of Flower Child in with that, just a touch. And I'm gonna start swiping this basically all over the crease area. And I'm not being sloppy, but I'm not being precise with this. And even blending down onto my lid, just back and forth. I'm gonna use this brush from Real Techniques. There is no, wait, is there a number? Essential Crease Brush. I never knew that. That's what I'm using. I'm gonna go back into my Tartelette palette. We're gonna use this shade, Jet Setter. This I'm gonna be a little bit more precise with, tapping a lot of this off. And just going into the crease with that. I always use windshield wiper motions, and I focus on the outer corner. And then once the product starts to leave my brush, I take it further in. And then I'm gonna drag. There's basically nothing left on my brush. I'm just gonna drag out this way. I'm actually gonna go in with the same brush again in the same product, the same shade from the Tartelette palette. Come on. Jet Setter. Tapping off a lot of that excess. And I'm gonna buff in this outer V. Basically the outer corner. Again, I'm not being very precise with this because I do want this to be very diffused. Again, once the product starts to leave my brush, I'm just extending out. I have a very light hand while doing this. I'm holding my brush all the way down here at the end. If you were holding it up here, you'd have way too much like control and pressure on your brush. Holding it down here gives you less control and less pressure. So it's gonna give you a nice blended, diffused look. Same step again, same product, Jet Setter from Tartelette in Bloom. Same brush, picking up a little bit more. And again, I'm gonna focus this on the outer corner, but I'm also gonna keep dragging it in a little bit more than we did last time. I'm really feeling like I just don't own a very good cool tone eyeshadow palette. So if you guys know of any really good cool tone palettes out there, let me know and I might pick it up. Taking my fluffier Morphe brush. It's pretty big. You can tell how big it is. It's not numbered. It just came with a kit, like a set. And I'm gonna use my Naked Basics palette. I'm gonna dip into these two shades right here, and we're gonna diffuse this all over the crease. Going back to my Real Techniques brush, I'm going into this color, Tempted. We're gonna kind of essentially do the same thing that we did with the color from the Tartelette palette. I'm gonna focus this in the outer corner and kind of drag it through the crease as well. Going back to the fluffy Morphe brush, back into those two lighter shades, and I'm gonna blend this along the crease as well. Using this brush from Tarte. This came with a really random palette that I got from Tarte literally so many years ago. I'm gonna clean this really quick too. It's kind of fluffy. It just really, really nicely deposits that color. But at the same time, it allows me to blend it into the rest of the look. I'm gonna go into Flower Child in the Tartelette palette, and I'm actually gonna mix it a little bit with Charmer, this white shade. So focusing it in here, and I'm kind of just tapping, and I'm slightly dragging, and starting to bring it more into the lid, focusing in the front inner corner. Using the same brush, I'm gonna use Bear from my Huda palette. This is the Huda, I don't know, this one. Okay, and I'm gonna focus this in the same spot. We're gonna go back into Jet Setter, that same cool tone brown that we've been using. Focus this right on the outer corner. I'm gonna go in with my brow bone highlight while we're here. I'm gonna use this same brush, and we will use the white from the Tartelette palette, Charmer. And I'm gonna focus this on the tip of this brush, like from here up, yeah? Just a little bit, not the whole thing, just from here up. We're gonna start buffing this right underneath the brow and the arch right here. And I'm using a very light hand with this as well. Just back and forth. And once the product starts to leave, I'm gonna take it out this way and back this way. All right, heading back into the face now. We're gonna go in with those products that I talked about. Going in with foundation. This is also a new guy for me. This is the new L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear, 24-hour Fresh Wear. I love this. Like I said, I do have really oily skin, but I find that this wears really easily for me. It doesn't get too oily. Lately I've been finding that when I do use my more matte foundations, I get kind of cakey. I don't know what the deal is with that. Usually that like never happens to me because I am so oily. So I wanted to try this, and so far it has really been my go-to. So I am gonna do a bit of a mixture for foundation. This is gonna be like, probably like 60% of what I'm gonna use, and maybe like 20% of my MAC Face and Body. This is Super Sheer. And then maybe like 20% of my Dior Forever Matte Foundation. This is a little bit too dark for me right now, but I have been self-tanning, so hopefully mixed in with the rest of these, it can add that matte coverage that I'm looking for. But I also like mixing in this because it is super sheer, and it helps to make the foundation look more skin-like on me. So we're gonna be mixing all three of those. I'm gonna be mixing all of these with a Q-tip because I feel like they're sanitary and they don't soak up a lot of product because it's just a tiny bit of cotton. So taking my Q-tip with the foundation on there, and I'm just gonna twist it on, and then I kind of just blend it a little bit onto the face. And then I'm gonna go in my beauty blender. This is the Real Techniques Face and Body Sponge. This is huge, and I love it because it makes blending out my foundation so freaking fast. Okay, I didn't hit record. Had to change the memory card because of course there wasn't enough space. So I just finished my foundation, and I put on concealer and tip of the nose, bridge of the nose, here between the brows, and Cupid's bow and chin. And I'm actually gonna take a bit along my jawline. This will help kind of brighten the face because it is a little dark. I think because I did use that Dior. It's just not really my color. It would be perfect for summer, but right now she ain't doing it for me, but we're gonna add a little bit of this. All right, now we will go into the under eyes and focusing most of my product directly into those dark circles right there. I'm really not going to take it far out because I don't want too much product, but we will blend it out. Now for setting. I have been loving this little guy. This is the Too Faced Peach Perfect loose setting powder. Let me tell you what, I have not smelled something this good in a very long time. Okay, this stuff smells so good, and I really do like the finish of it. It works really well for my skin. It is a matte finish, and I'm just really loving it. So for setting slash baking type deal, I'm gonna use my Morphe sponge. This is still damp. Go into my powder here, and I'm first gonna set our highlighted areas. basically baking these areas. And a damp beauty sponge is key for this. And I get really bad smile lines, so we're gonna bake that area. And then I use the flat side of the sponge, this side right here. And I set the whole rest of my face with the sponge as well. Now I'm going to use my tapered brush that we use to set down the concealer on the eyelids. I'm just gonna wipe away what is under my eyes because I don't want that to be too matte. So I'm gonna go back to, let's see, this Anastasia brush that we started off with the eyes. And I'm just gonna blend right here. See how we kind of lost that nice blend from putting on the concealer and the powders and stuff? Going back to my tapered brush, this is also by Morphe. It came with the same set as that fluffy brush that we used for the eye. Wiping the rest of this away. Now, sometimes I feel like when I do that, it doesn't like blend in the way I want it to, so I take just a fluffy powder brush. This has nothing on it. And I just blend all over. Moving right along, concealer. Yeah, concealer. Bronzer. Too Faced Chocolate Soleil, my all-time fave. This is the Morphe R10, recommended by the one and only Jaclyn Hill. Just go right in here. I focus most of my product outwards here. And then I drag in. Okay. A little bit on the forehead. My 5 head. Okay, I have a huge forehead. I know. That's why I got bangs. Secret's out. That's why I have bangs. Because I hate my forehead. Using this brush from some really old Naked palette. Take a little bit of that right under the bottom lip. And I do my nose. And then sides of my nose, and I like to start like right in here and kind of connect it right into my eyeshadow and then drag down. Now I'm only going to use a little bit of bronzer because I feel like with a cool tone look I don't want to have too much warmth. So I'm just going to use a little bit of my Milani Baked Soleil. There's a mirror. That's it. I'm not going to record my brows because I feel like everyone's are different, so let me put my brows on and I'll be right back. Okay, brows are on. Let me know if you guys want to see like a detailed version of how I do them. I just use the Anastasia Brow Wiz, really. I don't do much, but I'll show you guys if you want to see that. I will show you. So, moving on to lower lash line, I'm going back in with my Tartelette in Bloom palette. Also, I want to apologize for the lighting because I'm in my sunroom and the sun is just going in and out. So the lighting keeps changing. Sorry about that, but it's okay. You know what? I can't complain because we haven't seen sun here in a very, very long time, okay? So just bear with me here. Using Jet Setter, that same cool tone brown. I'm gonna take a definer brush. This is just from e.l.f. Focusing on the outer corner. And once the product starts to leave my brush, I'm gonna take it more inwards. While we're here, I'm gonna do wing liner. Kat Von D Tattoo Liner Trooper, as always. This is Hourglass I think this ambient lighting. Oh wait. I don't know if it's the Euphoric Strobe Light or if it's ambient strobe lighting powder. It says ambient strobe lighting powder, Euphoric Strobe Light. I think Euphoric might be the shade. I have no idea. That's what this is. Over here, I'm also going to use this on my face. I'm going to do tip of the nose. And bridge of the nose. Do a Cupid's bow. Okay, of course my camera died. So, finally we're moving on to mascara. trying this new guy. Wow, my lighting is horrible. I am so sorry. Ooh, it's a nice wand. I typically like wands like this. It's got like really tiny plastic defined bristles. So hopefully that helps us get a really nice defined look. By the way, this is the Mega Length Mascara by Wet n Wild. I like to start at the base and wiggle. And while that does like a little bit of drying, we're gonna do blush. And this is an oldie but a goodie Morphe palette. They don't even like, this isn't even what the brand looks like anymore. I'm gonna use, I want them to be, I want to use like a more of like a light neutral color. So I think I'm gonna mix these two right here. And this is just an angled blush brush from Eco Tools. Moving on to second coat of mascara. Now we're gonna go ahead and coat the brows with some clear gel. And moving on to final coat of mascara. I just put a little bit on the lower lash line as well. Okay, my camera just keeps dying, so we're gonna do this really freaking fast. All I have left to do is my highlight and my lips. So I'm using my same highlight, Hourglass, Ambient, whatever it is. I'm gonna use this and I'm gonna spray it with some Fix Plus. Okay, lips. I'm gonna use NYX lip pencil in Natural. I'm just gonna line my lips with this. I am going to use Jeffree Star Celebrity Skin, and I'm also gonna use a little bit of Morphe Virgin. I'm kinda just gonna mix the two. Setting spray, Urban Decay All Nighter. I'm actually gonna use this little thing from the Huda palette and just fan. Okay, you guys, here we have our finished product. It's a nice cool tone eye and a cool tone nude on the lips. I gotta say, I really like it, and I haven't played with cool tones in a long time, and I think I will definitely be doing some more of this in our next tutorials to come. So let me know what you guys want to see from me. If there's anything in specific that you think you could benefit from. If you guys want to see a brow tutorial, I could do that. If you want to see like contouring, just let me know. I know it's been a long time, but I'm back and I can't wait to film some more videos for you guys. So let me know what you want to see. Please subscribe, like, comment, share, and all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one. What shade is this? But for now, wow, I can't get this out to save my life.
Okay, Mr. Song, you need to cool it, okay?
Made myself a nice little smoothie. Flower child. I definitely just stuck. Oh my god. And it's even green. I got that spinach in there. Okay, also, wow, it just got really bright. Going back in. Ah, it's so bright. Ah, I'm struggling. And then we'll come back for the cheeks and the lips.